Now there were 2 of the 12 whom we know who had Greek names. We know their Greek names, Andrew, which is Andreas, and Philip, Philippos. But they undoubtedly had Hebrew names, just like Paul had a Roman name or Roman Greek name, and he also had his Hebrew Jewish name. For the others, the one we know as Simon Peter, his real name was Shimon, very Israeli name. The one we know as James, real name was Yaakov or Jacob. The one we know as John was really Yochanan. The one we know as Bartholomew, doesn't sound like a Jewish name, was really Bartalmai. The one we know as Matthew was really Matityahu. The one we know as Thomas was really Toma. The one we know as Thaddeus was Taddai. And the one we know as Judas was Yehuda. The disciples were Jewish, the disciples of a rabbi. They are called in Hebrew, the word for disciple, the real name of what they were called. They wouldn't recognize the word disciple. They were called the Talmudim. Try it. The Talmudim. He was their rabbi, Yeshua, Jesus, and they were his Talmudim. Talmudim, what is it? It sounds like another word in Hebrew you probably have heard, the Talmud. The rabbinical writings, the writings of the rabbis are called the Talmud. The Jewish people, Orthodox Jews, are studying the Talmud all the time. It's like an encyclopedia. It's gigantic. The Talmud, Talmudim, almost the same word. Why? Because it comes from a root word, lomed, L-M-D. That means to learn. Put a T in front of it, becomes Talmud or Talmudim. Why? The disciple is the learner. A disciple is the one taught, is what it means. It's the one who is the student, the learned, the learner. In 9th grade, I had algebra. And the teacher was, I guess, nice enough maybe, but he was just monotone, and I couldn't take it. I stayed up late. I would go to bed in high school about 4:30 at night, wake up at 7:30, come in after lunch. I basically would arrange my books as a pillow, and I'd lay down. I'd tell my friend, wake me up at the end. And every day, and I remember once he would call me, knowing I was sleeping, call me, Mr. Cahn, what? I don't know, Louis the 15th, I don't know what. Go back to sleep, Mr. Cahn. I totally missed the class. At the end of the year, I had to quickly review the whole class to pass the Regents at the end. I had a music class called Music Appreciation in high school. We'd sit there and listen to records. We'd bring in records that we'd listen to anyway, and we'd give it to the teacher, and we appreciated the records. We did nothing. And we liked it so much, we convinced the teacher to have a music appreciation too, so we did it for another semester. I remember gym class, physical education. And I remember I was in we were playing soccer, and we were on a team, and the team was doing good, and so all the action was on the other side. It seemed like miles away, and we were just sitting around there. We were just sitting on the grass, laying on the grass, and getting some sun. I was saying, boy, we love this physical education. I took in French in 3rd grade. I went all the way to 8th grade, and then I got kicked out. If you ask me anything in French, I can tell you, je ne sais pas. I don't know. Je ne sais pas, because I wasn't listening. I was coming up with schemes. This is high school. This is pre-salvation. Ways to distract the class at that time. We didn't have good attitudes with that. If you come in with a bad attitude, you don't learn anything.
To find out how you can receive more of Jonathan's teachings, to receive special free gifts, or get in touch, go to hopeoftheworld.org or call toll-free 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's hopeoftheworld.org or call 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's 1-800-937-4821. You can also get more at Jonathan Cahn's Facebook page or write us direct at Hope of the World, Box 1111, Lodi, New Jersey 07644, USA. Hope of the World is dedicated to the goal of spreading God's Word and salvation to every land and people. We do this by spreading the Word throughout the world and sponsoring compassion projects to the most poor and needy around the earth. To get in touch or have a part in God's work, just write to Hope of the World, Box 1111, Lodi, New Jersey 07644, USA. or go to hopeoftheworld.org or call 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's 1-800-937-4821.